Fractional shares have finally launched on the Robinhood app, and I'm going to take you inside the app, guys, to show you how you can now invest in thousands of stocks on the Robinhood app with as little as $1. Hey, welcome back, guys. This is Eric of everydayinvesting.com, where I'm all about helping the everyday investor maximize their saving and investing. Today we are going over Robinhood Fractional shares. That feature has just launched on my Robinhood app, and it may soon be coming to you as well. So I want to take you guys inside the app directly and show you what that looks like so you know what to expect when it launches on your Robinhood app. So again, guys, if you haven't already signed up for the Robinhood Fractional Shares waitlist, I definitely encourage you to sign up on that list as soon as you can, because that is going to allow you to invest in thousands of stocks and ETFs on the Robinhood app, again, with as little as $1, letting you trade fractions, pieces of these stocks that may cost hundreds or even thousands of dollars a share. So guys, I did see this morning, it now says you're off the list, get fractional shares now. Now I know some of you may already have this feature. Let me know down below if you already have Robinhood Fractional shares, but to me it's brand new. I just got this feature today, so I'm super excited to check into this and see what it's all about. So I'm going to click now on you're off the list, get fractional shares now. So when you get this feature, Robinhood should send you an email. They sent me an email this morning, and they also have a little card inside the app on the home page. So I'm going to click get started. Let's see what this is all about. You're off the wait list, get fractional shares to start investing in thousands of stocks with as little as $1. All right, so let's click continue. How does it work? We'll slice shares into pieces based on the dollar or share amount you specify, starting at $1 or 0.00001 shares. But there are some things to keep in mind Robinhood is telling us here. So first is transactions are rounded. Fractional share transactions are rounded to the nearest penny, okay? It also says you will still get dividends. Dividend payments will be split by the fraction of the stock you own. That's typically a question I get a lot on investing apps that offer fractional shares. A lot of viewers ask me, do you still earn dividends on when you own fractional shares of a stock? And the answer with Robinhood in this case is yes, you still get dividends. You will just get a fraction of that dividend. So for example, guys, let's say you want to invest in Apple, and maybe you invest in a fraction of Apple with a fractional share now on Robinhood. Let's say you buy 20% of one share of Apple. Then when the dividend comes around, you will earn 20% of that dividend. So I hope that makes sense. It's all fractional, all proportionate to what you own. So thirdly, it says you can't transfer fractional shares. So you won't be able to transfer fractional shares outside of Robinhood. That does make sense. That is standard on all investment brokerages. You can only transfer out full shares from brokerage to brokerage, but fractional shares, you cannot do that anywhere. So that is expected as well. Let's now click, guys, on continue. All right, and now it says welcome to fractional shares. So this is awesome. You can invest in companies like Amazon, Apple, Disney, and more with as little as $1. Like I said, guys, this is actually a huge step for Robinhood, I feel. And I know many of you may already have fractional shares, so this isn't new to you, but this may be new to some of you, and it's definitely new to me. This actually brings a new element to Robinhood that wasn't there before. It actually gives it something that companies like Acorns and Stash have, which were fractional shares. Those were an advantage they had over Robinhood. And don't get me wrong, those apps still do have their own advantages that Robinhood doesn't have, unique features that they offer. But this is a feature now that they all share, bringing Robinhood and these other apps on a similar level when it comes to fractional shares. So that's pretty cool. So let's actually test this out, guys. Now that it says I have fractional shares, how does it actually look in real time? So the second icon here, which is your cash management account, you can see I have $52.39 of buying power. That is, I have $52.39 that I can currently invest in stocks. Now, let's say, for example, I wanted to invest in one of the stocks on my watch list. Let's say, guys, I wanted to invest in Amazon, okay? As you can see, one share of Amazon, guys, currently costs nearly $2,400. But before, you would have had to buy the full share on Robinhood. Now with fractional shares, it's saying I can invest as little as $1. Let's test this out, see how it looks. So we're gonna click on buy here. So it says buy in dollars. With fractional shares, you can choose the dollar amount you want to invest. You can always switch this later. So you can either buy in dollars or you can buy in shares, either way. And again, you can still buy full shares as well. You just now have the option to either buy a full share of stock or a fractional share of that same stock. So let's say if you wanted to buy a full share, you would click 1 and then you would move forward. But as you saw, I only have currently $52 ready in buying power right now. So I can't buy a full share, but I can buy a fraction. So let's test that out. We're now going to buy in dollars, again starting as low as $1. So guys, let's actually test this with the lowest amount. It says we could buy with as little as $1. Let's see how that actually looks. We're going to click 1 and review. Swipe up to submit. It says you're going to submit a market order. Okay, so these fractional share orders are market orders. That's something to keep in mind. So it will buy it instantly for you at the market price. And it says, nice, your Amazon order is completed. Your market order to buy $1 worth of Amazon is complete. And that is approximately 0.000422 shares of Amazon. And as you can see, that is the average price per share that we just paid. So my cash management account, as you can see, dropped now by $1. And if I go back to my main portfolio page on Robinhood into my stock holdings, we should see Amazon right there. Your position, that same 0.00422 shares. So nice. So it actually does work. Another great advantage with fractional shares is it does allow you to dollar cost average your investments into any particular stock over time without having to buy the full share of stock at a single time. So again, let's say for example, guys, you wanted to buy, let's just say Netflix. Instead of having to buy a full share of Netflix, you can dollar cost average your way and buy fractional shares on Robinhood of Netflix. So you can buy $10 a week or $50 a month until you own a full share of Netflix. You can work your way up slowly, gradually, and dollar cost average your way in without having to buy in at one single time. And furthermore, fractional shares can actually help you guys manage more risk in your portfolio because you're not locked into buying full shares. You can actually diversify your portfolio more by owning fractions of many more stocks and companies as opposed to simply full shares of a few. So that really does help with diversification as well and managing risk in your Robinhood portfolio. And you could test this again with any stock you want. Let's say I want to buy some Microsoft in my portfolio. Simply click buy. And again, you can buy in dollars or shares, but for the purpose of this video, we're buying fractional shares. Let's say, guys, I want to invest $20 into Microsoft, a stock that currently costs almost $200. Simply click on buy, type in your amount you want to buy, click on review. Again, it shows you how many shares you'll approximately buy with that amount of dollars. Then simply swipe up to submit, and it says order received. And now, guys, the Microsoft order is completed and it is done. Your market order to buy $20 of Microsoft is now complete. Again, approximately 0.11 shares. So that's really cool, guys, to actually see this working in real time. Another question that you might be wondering when it comes to fractional shares on Robinhood is that, are all stocks supported for fractional shares? So I looked that up, guys, and from what I found, most stocks, thousands of stocks, will be available for you to invest and trade in fractional shares. There may be a few that you come across that don't offer fractional shares, but Robinhood said they will let you know on the order page when you're placing your order to buy or sell if that feature is not available on that particular stock. But for the most part, they said fractional shares will be available on thousands of stocks and ETFs. So let's try one more example, guys, with buying fractional shares on the Robinhood app. Let's say you wanted to put some money in Apple. Simply, again, click buy. You want to put the dollar amount you want to buy, which again is, let's say I want to buy $10 worth of Apple. I would simply then click review. Again, it would buy approximately 0.035 shares of Apple. Simply click up swipe, and there you go, guys. The order has been received. The Apple order is now completed. You have invested $10, approximately 0.035 shares of Apple. I really think this is a great new feature coming to Robinhood. It does allow you now to invest in stocks, much like you could in cryptocurrencies on Robinhood before, which you could always invest in fractional shares of cryptocurrency on Robinhood. Now you could do just the same with stocks in Robinhood. So I do think it is a welcomed introduction to the Robinhood app for most of us out there, because again, like I said, guys, it really does make investing in thousands of stocks a lot more accessible and adding these different holdings to your portfolio. And in addition to fractional shares now coming to the Robinhood app, Robinhood does have another interesting feature which you can now enable called drip. Yes, I do know, I did change my shirt from red to blue. I dripped some water on my red shirt, so now we're in blue. But as I was saying, guys, Robinhood does have a new feature called Drip Dividend Reinvestment Plan is what it stands for. If you want to learn more about Drip, it works great with fractional shares because it allows you to automatically reinvest your dividends on those fractional shares that you invest in. So like I said, if you want to learn more about Robinhood Drip, I do have a more full in-depth review on Robinhood Drip. I'll be sure to link that video down below in the description as well as up above in the video card. Now, I know it's a long wait to get off the Robinhood fractional shares waiting list. Believe me, I've been there. It took me about 3 months just to get off the Robinhood cash management debit card account wait list, and it took me several more months, I think another 4 months to get off the fractional shares waitlist on Robinhood as well. So I know it's a long waitlist, but if you guys can just hang on, it's definitely coming to your Robinhood app. However, if you want to start investing in fractional shares now and you're really far down the waitlist and you can't wait, I definitely recommend checking out my review on the Public stock trading app. Public is another 100% commission-free stock trading app, just like Robinhood, very user-friendly. However, they do offer the ability to invest in fractional shares, and best of all, there is no waitlist. So if you do want to check out my Public stock trading app review, see how it compares to Robinhood, I encourage you to check out my full in-depth Public app review video right there. That video will explain how Public can also be an alternative to Robinhood if you're looking to invest in fractional shares.